if you're a new rider, and if you're thinking about getting a bike this year, or whatever, or maybe you saw my GTX 250 video and you think about buying one, or whatever the case may be. One of the things that I didn't really think, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think about this when I broke my bike, and I broke my bike in October. So it was right before winter was gonna start, but it was towards the end of the year where it started getting cold and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't thinking about that I wasn't gonna be riding it because it's too cold, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get and talk more about it after the intro. Y'all stay tuned. Bow. Yeah, so we back. So yeah, so as when it came to me and I got my bike, by the time it started getting cold, I wasn't really riding the bike like that no more. And I think I went like 2 weeks without riding it. And I came home one day on my lunch break. I went to work, I had took my truck. But then when I went to lunch, my job ain't too far from the crib. So when I went to lunch, I was like, oh damn, the weather nice and everything, I should go get the bike. So I went to Subway, got my food, and then I headed to the crib to go swap out the truck to get the bike. So I parked the truck and everything. I opened up the garage to go pull the bike out. The bike is dead, the battery dead. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I ain't rode it in 2 weeks. So then I popped the hood on the truck, start the truck up, and I jumped the bike off. Boom, I jumped the bike off. I'm like, cool. Letting it charge up or whatever while the jumper cable's still on it. Boom, boom. I take the cables off, the joint still, the bike's still running, cool. I start putting the fucking, disconnecting the cables and closing the hood, and the fucking bike died. I'm like, fuck. I go to try to start it back up, the bitch won't start back up on its own. I gotta put the jumper cables back on it again. Boom, do that again, boom, boom, boom. And then same shit happened. Maybe a while, woo, woo, you know, give it a couple of revs of the throttle, all that shit, boom, boom. Take the cables and stuff, shit die again. I'm like, fuck, I ain't got time for this. And mind you, my time is running up for my lunch break. I'm like, I ain't come home for all this shit. So I just ended up putting the bike back in the, I ended up putting the bike, I think I left the bike that day and at the garage, got back in the truck and went back to work. I was like, fuck. So now I'm like, I gotta get a battery because the battery that came with it was one of them Chinese batteries. And that joint sat for 2 weeks. And it only took 2 weeks and that shit was dead, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, let me just go get a new battery, you know what I mean? So I went and got a new battery. And this is when I discovered in the wintertime what you gotta do so your battery don't die when you're not riding your bike. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get a battery maintainer, a battery charger. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up getting that NCO, where the joint at? That NOCO, I got that NOCO brand or whatever. I'll put an image or a picture of it up, see I know what I'm talking about. But I ended up getting that NOCO brand, which charges the battery and it maintains the battery, you know what I'm saying? So it keeps the battery at a full charge when you're not riding it. So I got one of those, and I think it cost me like, I think it was about $100, close to $100. I don't remember, don't quote me, but I'll put a link for the charger in the description box or whatever, if y'all want the same one that I got. But it's been working. So you definitely in the wintertime, when you're not riding your bike, you gotta put it on a charger. If you don't put it on a charger or a maintainer in the wintertime, the battery is going to die. One of the other things you can do if you do not want to buy and maintain, disconnect the battery completely. Just disconnect it. Just disconnect it. Disconnect the negative, disconnect the positive, and let it be like if it was on the goddamn shelf in the store. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't nobody using it, ain't touching it, and it's sitting on the shelf in the store. Now, depending on where you got that battery at or where you got the bike at, it could still drain down over time, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, or you could take the battery out and just take the battery and go put the battery on the maintainer and it won't be in the bike if you got the bike outside or the bike in the garage. When I first started this YouTube shit and I first got this bike, I was actually living in a house with a garage. I recently moved, and I'm now where I'm living, I don't have a garage. So my bike actually has to go in the backyard. So that required for me to buy a cover. And good thing I had a cover too when that snowstorm came the other week or whatever like that. You know, I mean, I actually had the bike in the house by the time that came, but I actually have a cover for my bike, you know, that, and it's waterproof. So ain't no rain, ain't no snow, ain't none of that shit gonna rust my bike, get it wet, and this, that, and the third. And it's chained down, so it ain't about to get blown off and none of that type of shit neither. So, you know, you definitely need to get you a cover if you don't got a garage to winterize your bike, because if you got it outside and you ain't got it covered, the shit gonna get rusty. Chain gonna get rusted, all your bolt screws, all that shit gonna get rusted. Your bike gonna look fucking done, like just done in between the rain, and then the paint gonna fade, all that type of shit. Get you a cover if you don't got a garage. If you got a garage, keep it in the garage. Cool, you might not need a cover while it's in the garage. Some niggas is, I'm one of them niggas too. Like, I mean, I can get that bougie, you know what I'm saying? I can sit up there, have my shit in the garage and a cover on it while it's in the garage. You know what I'm saying? So no dust get on that bitch neither. But it wasn't that serious. When I had the crib or the house, or when I was living there, you know, the garage was enough. But now that I actually have to have it in the backyard, I mean, right now I got it inside the house. It's actually in the house. It's going back outside. I only brought it in the house for the videos. Yeah, get you a cover and get you a battery maintainer. And that's all you need to winterize your bike, you know what I'm saying? And then when the riding season come back, like it's about to come back now, we're gonna go in the spring, in another month, you know what I'm saying? Make sure your tire pressures is good before you ride, that you ain't lose no air pressure over the winter. Most likely you did, you know what I mean? And give yourself that good start. If you had it on a maintain all that time, your battery should still be good, you know what I mean? And you be ready to ride when the weather changes, you feel me? But you definitely want to sit up there, invest in a battery maintainer, a motorcycle cover if you don't got proper storage unit or garage. And like I said, I'll put links to the cover and to the battery maintainer that I got. You also want to make sure you're protecting your bike if it's out. So even if it's in your backyard, you know what I'm saying? If you don't got fences or whatever, even if you got a fence, niggas is crazy. But I got a brake lock for my joint. I paid for that. I'll leave a link to the one that I got in the description. But you need a brake lock. They got disc locks. They got alarms. They got all type of shit, you know what I'm saying, that you can get to keep it from stealing your bike. So if you got it stored or if you got it somewhere, you can add all those extra things to it, you know what I mean? And you'll be good, you know what I mean? And then last but not least, one of the things I did too in Winterized and stuff, I thought I was gonna ride more in the winter time, so I brought some heated gloves. The heated gloves, how much those things cost? I forgot how much those heated gloves. I think they might have been like 45. But I got some heated gloves because one day I ended up riding to work. In the morning, I took my bike to work, right, for the day. And it was a cool temperature. Like, it was probably like, I don't know, maybe like 60. It may have been like 60. But it's cool just to walk through it. Nigga, to ride through it, it's totally different. The temperature's a whole lot colder. The wind chill, riding through the wind at 50 make it feel like 40, you know what I'm saying? Or 40 making it feel like 30. Like, that shit's like, I heard it was like 10 degrees colder. But I was on the bike shaking like a goddamn stripper riding to work, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, oh, hell nah. I'm like, this shit not cool. And the fact that the air was coming through the gloves, you know what I'm saying? I could feel the cold air coming through. So it's coming through the jacket, it's coming through my damn body. I'm like, nah, I gotta get some heated gloves. So I brought heated gloves. I was also thinking about buying a thermal suit with the shirt and the pants. They got heated thermal suits. I didn't buy it. I haven't been able to ride this winter anyway, because I just moved and everything like that. So, you know, but we'll see, you know, against this motorcycle journey and, you know, what other stuff end up coming up or end up buying. But I'll definitely keep y'all posted, keep y'all in the link. If y'all got any questions or comments, you know, leave them down there in the comment section, and I'll try to address them or make a video about it or whatever. But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, you know, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace. Bow.